been really cool to come up against who I thought I was and genuinely laugh about, I mean, I was fear-based to the point where I wasn't living at all. Yeah, life lived in fear is a life half lived. And I was douchey because I was simply pushing everybody away so I wouldn't have to ever be afraid. That's a very low threshold for pain and any kind of, yeah. And so what's cool now is it still hurts my feelings, and there's still moments where I think, well, at least I'm going big. If I'm going home, I'm going big. Exactly. And, I don't know, learning about myself and learning right now that there are files that have all the information about all those Echo Grid Pin movies now have been moved to anything that was tagged is, I think that's cool. That's pretty, that's pretty fixing umbrellas. Are you ready? Okay. Okay, so predicate phrases, you know what that is? Yeah, I think that's even a better description than we have here. Predicates are process words, verbs, adverbs, adjectives people use in their communication to represent their... We're reading this, by the way. Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant mind. Thank you for carrying so much of this. 7th floor. To represent their experiences internally through visual, auditory, or kinesthetic modality. Listed below are some of the more commonly used predicate phrases. Okay, so you ready? I'm going to say them and I want you to nod your head when you feel that it resonates, which would be kinesthetic. So you're going to have a visual, an auditory, and a kinesthetic. So see, hear, and feel. Okay. You're like me. You're mostly kinesthetic and visual. Okay. An eyeful. Afterthought. All washed up. Appears to me. Blabbermouth. I know we don't like that one. Boils down to. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Clear as a bell. We use some auditory, I guess. Chip off the old block. Bird's eye view. Clearly expressed. Come to grips with. Catch a glimpse of. Call on. Sometimes for the revolution. Yeah, we use that. Control yourself. No, we think that's silly. Silly. 3rd floor thinking. Unless we're talking prefrontal cortex. Donut. There's a lot more here. We get the idea. That wasn't as much fun as I thought it was going to be. I don't know. I found it... I found it oddly tedious. Okay. Which is rare these days. I don't find anything tedious, but... Actually, that's not true. I find people that just bitch and moan and complain and fart up the cheek very tedious. I don't handle that with much grace. I'm trying to work on that. When there is contempt and disgust, I want to be like, that's so ordinary. What an ordinary... Ooh, Maslow. What an ordinary emotional response. A musician must make music. An artist must paint. A poet must write. If he is to be ultimately at peace with himself. Maslow. A donut who becomes a bagel. Who is friends with pretty much kind of the who's who of everybody. I mean, I almost had it. That little sucker almost peeked his eye out of the file. The name of the car. I know it's not an Edsel. The file's like an Edsel. No, it's not an Edsel. I'll think of it. I keep looking in this file. I won't look in this file. I'm not allowed in these files. Which side is this? Yeah. These files over here are anything that's tagged I'm not allowed to look at, and I won't. I won't the same way after whatever happens in The Shining with the Room 227. Or, that's the TV show. That's the TV show with Jack Hay. There's no way those are the same. 227 with Jack Hay and the woman who's naked, who he hugs and kisses and then looks in the mirror. And that scene was terrifying. Although, I will say this, before the lady with the gunshot wound and the terrifyingness of that movie, I actually think that room is pretty figs and umbrellas. Mint julep. So, you know, like mint julep and just very, was that 30s? Yeah, kind of deco and 30s and maybe not deco. I'll have to watch it again and block out the whole moment. That's, anyway, I don't know. I don't know what the car is called because it's a DeLorean. They're like little pipsquiggles. And when you look away, it's a DeLorean. It's a DeLorean. I do feel better. Can you see how much better I feel? When you have to fight for it, your brain will release a lot of endorphins when you get it. It's a DeLorean. Okay, that means I can pull pieces of these files back over here. Like I can say the room is mint julep colored, but I'm going to eliminate that whole scene where she's, you know, yeah, she's not looking, she needs a little lotion. Her skin's not looking so good. Not looking so hot. A DeLorean. That's a really good point. All right, there is something I was looking for, and I want to read it to you. Ooh. The friend who understands you creates you. Yeah. That's D, man. That's Joe's. It's just now. You know what I mean? I don't know what I mean either. That's Tommy Edison. You're BFFs with him. Do you know Flaubert? Of course you do. Do you know Henry Ford? Is there anybody you don't know? Okay. All right, let me read you this, and I'm going to see if you know who it is. Okay? Guys, concave or convex? Yeah, both. Okay. It's the weirdest thing. I thought I had it, and I marked this poorly. My system was not well. Whatever system I used, I'm gonna have to review that that system, because I can tell right now, based on my level of difficulty in finding what I'm looking for. It's a terrible system. Ernie. Okay, Ernie. Ooh. Yeah, people, you know why you should reread books over and over again? Repeat. You miss tons of stuff. I read books, probably ones I like, once a week. Photo read them. I read them. Not as often. I'm a very slow reader. My system, terrible system. I'm going to find a new system. I'm going to color code it. Let's breathe while I look. I found it. Okay, are you ready? Okay. I'm going to give you some clues. We're going to play Who Am I? I'm going to give you some clues that sound like farty cheap, but it ends up being a really happy story, okay? Okay. Just totally gave away too much, but... Okay. I am a man. Okay. I failed in business at age 21. I was defeated in a legislative race at age 22. I failed again in business at age 24. I overcame the death of my sweetheart at age 26. I didn't know that. I know, I have some more. You know who it is, of course you do. Okay. I overcame the death of my sweetheart at age 26. I had a nervous breakdown at age 27. That's the felt shift that gave him the 7th floor. I lost a congressional race at 34. I lost a congressional race at 36. I lost a senatorial race at 45. I failed in an effort to become vice president at age 47. I lost a senatorial race at age 49. Finalement, I was elected President of the United States at age 52. Abraham Lincoln. Honest Abe. He's a cool dude. Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome. Anything you'd like to add, Donut? 9 days is in. Pretty fixing umbrellas.